No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Naeem Hines, his first carry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. To throw on second down is Newton. And that's going to be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Throw left side complete to Burnett. Touchdown, Carolina! A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Ryan to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot. He's got him in. Complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the cash. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
20.
Now it's Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Ryan will throw again. Escapes the sack. Steps away to his left. Now he's flushed out left. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Well, there was a bunch of pressure that time on 3rd down. They nearly got it. Probably should have gotten him, but he's able to escape the pocket. But unfortunately, by then, that play had already broken down.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the 1st quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. They'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the 1st half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off play action. Newton. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Let's go. Left.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Flush to his right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
It's caught. Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. Newton now to throw. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run for the first time with Sony. Met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go, fellas. Greg, Greg! Greg, Greg! 45. Hey, get right there. Get right there. Check.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 24.
Gun. Hey, get right there. Gun. That's rock now.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
On the ball. Gun. Hey! 45. Hey! Gun. What's the motion? 133.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He may try and run for this. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here we go. Greg. 133.
They snap it to Newton. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They go back back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A dump off for Abdullah. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They go play action here on first down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now, and for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Greg, 20.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
That's rock now.
Now it's Hines. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Do something.
This is Hines. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Greg. Gun. That's rock now. Do something. Hey. Greg.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He saw the middle was closed, tried to bounce it outside. That didn't work either.
Very rarely can you bounce something that's designed to go into the middle all the way to the outside and expect to get help and get there. Usually all the blocking is there. In this case, blocking was in the middle, bounced up, stacked up. Now he was outflanked when he tried to get outside.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A shotgun snap for Newton. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Vic Beasley in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So out come the Falcons now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Dontari Poe in on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's first and 10. On first and 10, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Gets it off to Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are in for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 10-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Out of the gun, Newton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Gun. Do something.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. On first down, Ryan. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
12.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing. They start out first and 10. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Gun.
A final shot before the break. Newton to the right side, and he's got more complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment. And this will be caught at the 30. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 54 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Freeman again. Freeman a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession. Put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera is going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
That's rock now. Gun. 45 to light.
Off the bootleg. Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burnett. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Newton now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Gun. That's rock now.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons say they have it, they do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense. The game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. They're going on in. And my goodness, another interception. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 38.
20.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the 1st down yardage. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Newton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, get right down.
Off play action. Newton. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles, and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Turn up. Gun. Hey. 20.
From the gun, here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second down, Freeman. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Fourth down. Here's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And we're back now in Charlotte. They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Newton on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll run Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big run there by Freeman. 63 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Ryan on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything.
Mission accomplished? It's darn close.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here's Newton now on second down. Taking a shot for six. And got his man complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing third and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burnett. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10. Down at the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Throwing is Newton. Flushed out right. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Oh, and now he bowls him over. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Go. Great.
They run with Hines. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Newton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Joe. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, 51 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2. Now Ryan. The quick slant caught. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for the Panthers. 46 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Oh, he shifts, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They go play action here on first down. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
On first down, Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. Newton on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. To throw on second down is Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On first down, it's Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack down